I am often asked, where do I derive the grit, the perseverance, the tenacity to do some of the things that I do in the videos that are on my YouTube channel. Some of them are extremely unpleasant. Take swimming in freezing cold water, for example. If you guys think that I wanted to wake up every morning and jump in a freezing cold river wearing just Speedos, then you are definitely wrong. The driving force behind my grit and perseverance for these things comes from passion. I do this week in, week out, and I have a huge passion for filmmaking which drives me to do some of the difficult challenges that I've done on my channel. 4 years ago, I was really into photography. I wanted to be a photographer. That was what I wanted to do. In photography, you need to put yourself in unique and difficult positions to get unique photographs. And I often struggled with that. I found that there was a point where I would not go any further with pushing myself with photography because I found myself in a position where I felt stagnated. I wasn't moving forward. So I was really in a difficult place with photography, and I essentially had given up. And since I had the camera, what actually happened was I ended up flicking my camera over to video mode just before I sold it, and this is when things started happening for me. It was like a supernova went off in my head. I was instantly interested again in what I was doing with a camera, this time with video work. I immediately started researching how to edit, how to color grade, composition, lighting. I remember the feeling when I first started shooting video. It was an immediate spike in interest, a passion. I believe that that passion is visible in my work. It is evident in the long hours that I do, in the things that I try to capture on film. It is evident that I'm really passionate about this. Finding this passion was not something that was simple for me to do. I had to work to do this. I had to work to get to a point where I was doing something, engaging in something that spiked my interest and that I was passionate about. So often in life we are told to follow our passion, but that doesn't really help people who don't yet have one. So how did I find my passion? Well, I did that by trying and quitting lots and lots of different things. I had lots and lots of hobbies when I was younger, and I took them seriously. I enjoyed them. I poured my heart and soul into them, but it was really only filmmaking that took a hold of me in such a way that I would call it a passion. I think the idea of blindly following your passion is somewhat of a fallacy. A passion is something that you need to uncover, discover, work on, and put work into in order for it to give you back something. There's a psychologist who studies this kind of thing. Her name is Angela Duckworth, and she's done lots of studies on high-performing individuals, athletes, people who do really well at spelling bee, Marines. And what she's found about these people is that they're not necessarily born with an inherent talent for something, but rather they have worked on, kindled a passion for that thing, and that passion has driven them to become excellent in their chosen field. Grit is what you need to overcome the difficulty in the learning curve, and talent doesn't make you gritty, but passion does. There needs to be some level of underlying interest within you to get you through the dip in the learning curve. But the only way to find out if that's there, or if it's worth pouring your time into, is to try something out. And by trying things out, it is inevitable that you're not going to enjoy everything you do. You're going to pick things up and lose interest and move on. And this is all just part of the process of finding and working on developing a passion. I ran a competition on my YouTube channel a while back. The idea behind this was to promote smaller YouTube channels. So you had to have an active YouTube channel to apply for this. Over 1,000 people applied for this, and only 20 of them were selected to go forward and make a video that might appear on the channel. The overwhelming reason why most people weren't chosen for this position was because they had not yet produced any content. And that showed me that there's a problem with people who have perhaps an interest in something but haven't yet done anything to forge or cultivate a passion within that particular interest. And I can sympathise with that position. It's scary starting something new. You look like a quitter or a failure if you don't go through with it, but that's not the way I view things at all. I think that quitting and failing at different things is an important part of developing and kindling a passion in any particular field. So my advice to you is to go out and try many, many different things until something really takes hold. The good news is that you have already taken the first step because you're on Skillshare right now. There are thousands and thousands of classes out there for you to try. And you can try something for a couple of lessons, see if it sparks an interest, and if it doesn't, it's free for you to just move on and try something else until something really takes hold of you. Your journey towards something that you feel passionate about might not be a straight line. It might meander through many different disciplines, but I'm here to tell you that that's okay. That's part of the process. In this lesson, we've covered grit, tenacity and passion, and we've discussed how passion is not something that is handed to you or that you are born with, but rather something that is kindled, that is worked on, that is forged. So my advice to you is, rather than wait for passion to come to you, is to go out there and cultivate it for yourself. Find something that is worth you pouring your heart and soul into, because that is when you will really make progress in any particular skill.